Folks, we're just going to start looking at a little review lesson. Okay, we're finished all the other content, so what we'll be looking at is going to do a little review of map skills today. All right, let me just get that open up so you can head up your page with that. We're going to do a little bit of map skills today, and we'll review a little bit of Earth-Sun relations on Friday. So again, I expect to see all these notes when we come back in September, and the quality and layout of your notes will be your first grade. Okay, nothing too complicated here. You can head up and we'll jump in. Map skills again consists of about 7 major different parts. Okay, again, comes up in the BGCSE every single year. It has its own section. It's in the short section. It's in the short questions on paper 1. It has its own section on paper 2, and there'll be some little map questions throughout all the others. We cannot escape it, and if you master it, it'll benefit your overall BGCSE grade massively. Okay, today we're going to look at some of these, not all of them. I'm just going to set you 5 tasks, so let's jump right in. The first one, hopefully you can see that there, directions and bearings. Nice easy start. So under your heading, sketch a large version of the compass shown. We've just got the 4 cardinal points at the moment, but you'll be adding the rest of them on. Alright, so label the first 4 points to begin. Just one of the reasons I'm doing this is based on the questions you did from your map skills book about settlement, and some people got a lot of questions about simple compass directions. So our first 4 I've added in there for you. Okay, now we're going to add to that. You should be able to see your next 2. We've done all of this back in grade 10. We've got our 8-point compass all the way up to our 16 points. Alright, so again, the cardinal points take over. The only important thing to remember from this second one here is that north and south are the main directions. Okay, so for that reason, on all the other 4, south comes first and north comes first. So between north and east, you have northeast. Between south and east, southeast, so on. The next one then gets a bit more tricky. Alright, you've got your 16-point compass. I'm going to start us off again with north. Alright, and we got north and northeast. Now between that again, all you do is you combine the 2 directions. Okay, so between north and northeast, here, okay, you go back to whichever is the cardinal point goes first. So north, then you add northeast. The next one after northeast, between northeast and east, okay, which is the bigger point? East is, so you'll put the E first. So you'll have, that should say east northeast, my mistake. Okay, we've got east there. Then east coming down, we've east southeast. Ooh, sorry. And then what I want you to do is to continue on with the rest of those there. Okay, so again, this point here is between southeast and east. Now east is the more dominant or more primary direction, so it goes in the front. Okay, so try and finish that off. You can pause it or pause the video and then look at the answers. So all the answers are shown just here. Okay, check if you got them right and give yourself a tick for all of those. All right, moving on to our second task then. All right, what we're going to do is some symbols. Sorry, this should say task 2 as well. So we're going to look at some symbols. You can see all the symbols down the middle here. This one might be a little bit blurry. You can ignore that one if you can't see it, but all of these other ones should be quite clear. And yes, there's 2 telephones of different colors. So using your map skills book, all right, pages 126 to 128, identify these different map symbols. What I want you to do is sketch the symbol shown. Okay, again on your folder sheet under where you've done your bearings and direction, and then try and find them and write down the meanings. Okay, so again, pause the video, sketch those out, and the answers will follow shortly once you've had a go. Alright, so what you have here, that's all your different, see which ones you got right. You can go through and give yourself a couple of ticks. Okay, we've got youth hostel, walking trails, we got telephone, we got viewpoint, visitor center, so on, stuff like that. Alright, task 3 then, a little bit of grid reference. You should all be able to see this grid quite clearly, and we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 symbols on it. Your third task is sketch each of the symbols, so draw out each of those 8 very quickly. Okay, it doesn't have to be massive, it can be nice and small, and then write the 6-figure, not 4, the 6-figure grid reference beside each one. Use your notes from the map skills topic or unit to help you with them. Remember, on the 6-figure grid references, I'll show you the answers after you have a go, but you can be 1 digit higher or lower on the 3rd and 6th numbers. Okay, so I'll go through that again. So you can pause the video again, just draw those very quickly, and then beside them write out the 6-figure grid reference. So here's the answers I got. You can see my little sketch of each one, and then the 6 figures. What I mean by this is on the 3rd, so where the 8 is here and where the 9 is, if you're 1 higher or 1 lower in those areas, that's acceptable. If you're any more, go back and try again. Okay, so that's your 6-figure grid reference little test. Our next task then is task 4 about height on a map. So there's 3 ways we can show height on a map. I want you to draw out this table. Okay, you're going to construct it. Make sure you leave plenty of space for these. They should be at least 3 or 4 lines long, and I would do this the width of a page. Okay, so first of all, what are the 3 different ways that we can measure height on a map? I've given you some little diagrams here, so you should all have got those. Oops. All right, we have our contours, shading and colors, and the other one is trig points and spot heights. All right, so fill those in. The definition column you have to do yourself, should be fairly easy. Getting the positives and negatives for each one is a little bit trickier. So again, pause the video here, go back to your notes. All right, see what you can fill in or see what you can do just from memory, and then answers are shown here. All right, so I've got positives, negatives, and the definition for each one. All right, so pretty straightforward stuff. Contours are very exact, as are spot heights and trig points, whereas with the trig points they can be placed anywhere, but they only show the heights of one exact spot, so it doesn't show a huge amount of information. The opposite is true of our contours. All right, they're very exact, but at the same time they don't show different heights between the lines, so it's hard to get a very clear idea of individual heights. All right, so that's our contours. Coming down then to our last little task here. All right, task 5, read through the information below and then answer the questions on the next couple of slides. So oops, what I want to do is, yes, I want to do this one first. Okay, so if a map has a scale of 1:50,000, all right, what that actually means is that 1 centimeter on the map represents 50,000 centimeters in real life. Okay, so therefore we can also say that 1 centimeter on the map represents 500 meters in real life, because 50,000 centimeters equals 500 meters. Okay, so with that in mind, all we need to do is take off the last 2 zeros off the large number each time. So again, then we have it to meters and we can figure it out a lot easier. So saying 1:50,000 centimeters is the same as saying 1:500 meters. Now it works the other way too. So like we said here, on a map scale 1:50,000, 1 centimeter will equal 500 meters in reality. Okay, this means, so then if I change the centimeters, this means 2 centimeters on that map will equal what? How many meters? So if we double the centimeters, we just double the meters. It'll be 1,000 meters. Okay, this is important because on OS maps, which are the ones you're usually given, nearly always given to work on in exams, the grid squared will be 1 kilometer squared, or 2 centimeters to your ruler. So this will be the measurement that they'll use. Okay, so each of the little blue grids will be 2 centimeters squared. Okay, we're just going to look very quickly at solving some simple scales. You've done a task very similar to this back when you did map skills. I've just changed the numbers. So as we said, okay, all you need to really do is take off the last 2 zeros. So again, you should be able to figure out 1:15,000, 1:2,000, 1:20,000, 1:40,000. What will a centimeter equal on the map in each case? Okay, and answers are there. All right, so you can test your answers against all of those. That's our map skills revision done. So you should have a couple of pages of map skills work done, and we will do some Earth-Sun relations on Friday. Okay, good work.